computer. Okay, so I'm gonna screen share. Can you see my YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, so as you can see, these are all my YouTubes, right? Shorts and longs and everything else. Now I haven't broken the code on long play yet, but look at my short play. Let's go. Where are my shorts? Here we go. So my longs are at 35, 10, 12, whatever. But look at my shorts. 507,
Nice.
437, 400. These are all from this week. And I only do one a day. So there we go. There are my shorts. This is the one I just made this morning. And you can see when I dabbled, I didn't do a trick that I'm going to show you and only got 32 views. I
Mm.
did this thing to the next one the next day and I got 427 and then the next day 448. I forgot to do something here. I did part of the procedure I do, but I didn't do all of it and I only got 170 views. And then the next day I did all of them and got 547.
Wow.
So, and it's not always using the same hashtags or all this stuff. It's just these short, simple things. So I'm gonna open one. Let's look at this one. The Sentry Guard. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. You don't need to watch it. So I'm gonna go over to the actual videos. Stop. Okay. And I've gotta edit it. So I'm gonna click the three buttons. No. Why is that not? Click the three buttons. Click the three buttons. I'm going to go to my description. Okay. The first thing I did was I went in and I added 3 hashtags. You cannot have more hashtags than you have characters.
Mhm.
So none of my hashtags together are longer than my title. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. So I also uh often use the shorter. What I found was even though all the gurus tell you to be as specific as possible in your niche down in your hashtags, that doesn't work in the shorts. The like if I wouldn't want to do ghost stories because um it doesn't have as many followers as
Right.
ghosts. So take the first one that's closest to what you're doing. So
Cool.
haunted instead of haunted house, or haunted house in Columbus, Mississippi. I don't want to niche down that far. I also didn't put Mississippi. And the reason why is when you hit Columbus, you get broader. I wanted Columbus because I am trying to be geolocal, but I can do the actual geolocation further your in your video, right?
Right.
And there's a place for that because when you're doing the description, it says location. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So let me
right.
go back to my YouTubes and let me see if I can get in here. Shorts. Do this again. Nope. Hang on. I know I'm fumbling around, but I'm not an expert at this by far. Okay.
I get lost a lot trying to get to my YouTube studio and
Yeah.
uh like even doing those live streams. Every
Uh-huh.
time I upload the live stream and I go to clip the very beginning, I have to like pull up the same YouTube video and watching it and be like, okay, how do you trim it?
Yeah, and so the other thing is with shorts, you need to do it on your cell phone. They want you to do them they don't want you doing fancy editing on your shorts.
So they so
I
they
found that if I take my shorts and I upload them to my computer and edit them and then upload them, I get hardly any views. But if I put my fumbling, bumbling shorts up,
interesting.
isn't
So
it?
they so from the phone they're assuming well they can tell it's from the phone either way and they
Yeah,
reward for
exactly.
using the phone and they
Okay.
penalize if you
Okay,
don't.
so now I'm in my channel. I'm going to manage. So let's go to my shorts. So now I remember what I did. Here's what I did. I clicked my channel. I then went manage videos. Can you is You see that where I'm
I,
my
s-
little,
I see
okay.
it.
All right.
Hmm.
So I manage my videos. That popped open this in a so these are longer ones, longer form. Like I said, you can see I haven't perfected them, although I'm getting likes. I'm getting lots of people. I'm gonna go to my shorts. Okay. Here's the short I opened today. Yeah, and if you notice, I haven't even done descriptions. I plan to play with that metric next. So let's just take this one. It's 507. All right. There's no description. There's the thing I told you about the town. I need to add it to my playlist. So I'm gonna put Tom Bigby Tales history and I'm gonna put ghosts. Okay. Uh I made it no, it's not for kids. If the even if it's appropriate for children, it slows it down and it falls to a smaller.
Right. And
Of-
you can't comment. It disables the comments if it's
correct.
for kids.
Yeah. I made sure it's public, of course. Um Here's the most interesting thing. Do you see this where it says related video?
Yeah, that's cool.
I always relate it. What I found is the best thing, even though it can only relate to another short, is what I've found so far. So the way I do that is I just relate it to the previous short. So every time I put a new one up, I relate it to the one
How do
previous.
you do that? It gives you an option. You can tell it what
Yep.
video to.
So when you're
Wow.
on your phone, are you on your phone or?
Yeah, if it, I luckily if I'm doing shorts, I'm definitely uploading them from my phone.
So see this when I hit on your phone, you'll see, like location, what audience.
Okay.
It'll say related video, and then here are the related
Okay.
videos. Although it appears that my longer videos are being associated.
Okay, so even on the phone, I'll see that related video
It'll say related video.
option.
Yeah. And then
Awesome.
the only other thing is I found that if it's between 52 and 59 seconds, if it's too short, meh. The sweet spot seems to be over 40 and of course under 59 seconds. But
Okay.
anything shorter than 40 to 45, I get no traffic.
I'm gonna try that because I'd heard 30 seconds to 45 seconds. So I was keeping it right there around
Yeah.
30.
Well, test it and see what happens
Yeah,
for you.
for sure.
Um, let's see, there was one other thing. Let's see, what else did I do? The phone's a little bit different. See, I haven't even filled out all this content stuff. I haven't done any tags yet. Tags is where you can put in anything and everything related. I haven't even done that because I'm usually on the go, but I
Hmm.
always put the video location.
Okay.
And on your phone, that's usually uh it's like when you've got your video and it's usually just above it says location.
So by doing that, the algorithm's gonna send it to people in this region. That's the point.
Kind of, yeah.
Or if they have a search history of looking at Columbus, Mississippi related
Correct.
content, gonna give it to them.
Correct. But I mean,
Cool.
that's what I'm trying to do. When you're up here where I have Columbus, so see how it shows, Columbus, Mississippi, there's only 132 videos and 25 channels. Most of those are you and me. But if I put
Hmm.
just Columbus, there's 33,000 videos out there and 10,000 channels.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I chose Columbus, but I was trying to be hyperlocal. Now, what if I'm gonna try another word. Um, let's try what mindset, what artist? What would be one of your keywords you use?
Let's see. What was one that YouTube auto-generated and I used it a bunch and it seemed to work. It was creative. It was what was it? Man, it was
Okay,
what is it? Let's see what comes up with creative.
so I get
What?
creative. So for me, there's 3 million videos and
Yeah.
581,000. Now that seems like counterintuitive, like you're competing with the 581 channels. But in the title tags, that's different. It's the same with creativity. There's 894,000. Creative art, 280,000 videos, 34,000 channels. So while it seems counterintuitive that you're going to be competing with 34,000 channels,
Mhm.
shorts are in the moment and one, like you're the one in the moment. So there's clearly creative is a highly searched word. So if you want your short to appear at the top, I would choose, like creative ideas, creative art, whichever one works, and play with those. Like put it creative in this short, and tomorrow use creativity, and then the creative ideas in the third. I don't know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Creative
Yeah.
process, that kind of stuff. I f- the broader it is in the video right up here in the title is seems to be I want to get rid of this word. Seems to be the have the most motion.
Mhm.
And like I said, I hadn't even done I haven't even done a detail. I probably should. I mean, that'll be the next thing I test. Okay, there was
I,
something else.
I wonder if the hashtags make any difference in the title compared to the description.
I don't know. That's going to be my next test.
Because I wonder if you just cut and paste the description from the title. I mean, the hashtags from the title and put them in the description. What
Hmm.
would happen if it's the same, or it has to be in the title?
So, there's something else I wanted to show you. If I can find the number. There's a number. I can see it on my phone instantly. I don't want to edit. Uh, Details. Let me go back. There's a number that says on your phone, it'll say 1 of 10 or 9 of 10 in the
I've seen that before.
okay, if it's 1 of 10, it appears that you should only post 1 short a day because of where you are in the algorithm. Like
Okay.
if
Hmm.
it says 10 of 10, then theoretically you could do 10 shorts a day. But my concern about that is when one does that, the algorithm doesn't know which one you think is most important for today. And it pushes the others down in the order of hierarchy and when it gets shown. When I've done two shorts, now that doesn't have anything to do with long form. But if you do more than one short and publish it in a day,
Yeah.
it seems to go, okay, you don't think that other one's as important anymore, and it gets pushed down. So my recommendation would be one short in a day.
I'm looking to see the last time I did 2 shorts in one day and what happened. Which, yeah, thought I had done that recently. Hmm. One did get about a
Here,
120 views more than the other, but that's also pretty good for my shorts. So that might have just been a good. Both those shorts might have just been good.
yeah,
Um.
here's why I did two shorts in one day.
Okay, yeah, big
Holobox.
difference.
Yeah, so it's like but I didn't do any of these other things.
Oh, I was looking at the one from July 13th and the one from June 30th. I see now.
Oh
So
yeah,
one,
but see, that was
150.
when I started doing these techniques.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I see a day. Now, granted, it doesn't tell me the specific date. It just says 2 months ago on each video.
Hmm.
But I'm I think these were both from the same day. I remember this. The first one I uploaded got 761 views. And then the second one I uploaded that day got 34 views.
Yeah.
And I would argue, well, maybe I like that one better, but I bet you it was also just something about the language and the title that got people to click on it.
Yeah. Now
Is-
you're in a niche that people are looking for more than me.
Well, yeah, yours is more like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this on, and it's kind of like the coziness of hearing a story,
Uh-huh.
where as mine are more like 7 steps to unlock your creativity.
Yeah. Yours is
Um,
a go-do. People are looking for something for
that's a good way to say it, because I like to make my videos cozy with not a whole lot of titles or graphics, and just kind of like, hey, I'm talking to you, we're hanging out. But you're right, it's ideally every video I'm wanting to leave them with something that they can act upon.
hmm
Um, but it will be interesting to see what works for my niche and what doesn't work for yours. Because right now, it seems like a lot of the same things will work. Even like the idea of shorts are these broad things that you just shoot out to everybody.
hmm
And then your long form is way more specific. The shorts are how they're going to find us, and the
Yeah.
long form is what's going to make them loyal fans.
Yeah, and and I know what's really interesting is and I'm slowly building my subscribers. I'm nowhere near where you I mean, I'm like at 930 subscribers.
That's great. You're almost to 1,000.
Yeah, well, so I've got to get to 1,000.
It's just gonna take one video to blow up. I mean, that's what happened to me. I've got that one video that's almost, random now in my catalog.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny too, because even that video is not, to my knowledge, what's bringing people into my community.
hmm
The last time I asked somebody that when I was on a call, it was not that specific video. It was another video that was on, like, for an Orthodox Christian audience,
hmm
but it was not the video that has all the views and went semi-viral. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, it just showed me, I guess,
hmm
that Eastern Orthodoxy is niche enough to where creatives will come through that portal, you
Hmm.
know. But I don't want to be the Orthodox creative guy.
Yeah.
So you just have to make that tough call to be like, there's something going on that could be a mask, that could be a hat to put on, but have to make the tough decision. It's not the right hat for me,
Uh-huh.
you know, which is fun. It's fun to
Well, and and
have the options, but no, don't choose this one. You're
I'm
gonna
thinking
only pick one.
well, one of the things I'm thinking about doing is I'm, I'm thinking about there's some Masonic order stuff here in
Mhm.
Columbus, and thought
Yeah.
about doing a walkabout and talking about the Masonic order and so in the early 1900s, 1910 to about 1930, all the organizations, the brotherhoods, the Elks, the International Order of Odd Fellows, the Masonic order, they all grew. The Order of Pythagoras, who knew?
Mm,
Those were all very powerful orders, and all these buildings were built, and there was all this money poured into them. That's
right.
why we have that beautiful Masonic Lodge in the Elks Building. So,
And the Oddfellows building right across from the post office.
yeah, yeah. So,
By the 70s, they had
sold
sold
it.
them to the city and built these ugly windowless metal buildings. Just spent that money.
I know, I tell you. So I'm curious. I'm kind of I think that could be a very interesting short and long for me. I don't know enough. I have to do some research on,
Mhm.
but from the
Mhm.
local perspective, I want to know. They were anti-Catholic, and it's all the history is fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a good question. What came first? Masons being anti-Catholic or Catholics being
Anti,
anti-Mason?
well, the Pope, or it was a Pope, came out and made a big statement about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a real thing, and I mean politically,
Uh,
because there was something in Italy, even I think it's recent as the 70s,
yeah.
where some Masonic lodge over in Rome had kind of like Scientology, like sought out all these really powerful men.
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of became a political thing
And
where
then and it
where you
frightened
have
them.
a real live example of Freemasons infiltrating politics and actually trying to control.
Yeah.
So um but
But
yeah,
but
it
locally, what's interesting is, again, chicken and the egg, but
but no,
how
you're right. It's
powerful the men
anti-Catholic.
were.
It's anti-Catholic because it's a
Yeah.
Protestant phenomenon.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the Protestants throw out all the tradition and the all
Yeah.
the Catholicness, and then they're
They were
like,
afraid. They were
well, now we
afraid
got
of
to
it.
create Freemasonry because we threw out all the ritual.
I know. I know. It's like, okay, we have no ritual, so we're not going to do this, and we're not going to kneel or nod or do this. So now we're gonna like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's funny. That's
So
amazing.
anyway, yeah,
Humans and their symbolic language.
it is. It's crazy. But anyways, I'm going to play with that and see if I can get some crossover.
I
Um,
think that's a great idea. And people who like ghost stories and history probably gonna like the Masonic stuff.
yeah,
It's
but
mysterious, it's curious.
absolutely. Anyways, I won't keep you forever. I know you're on to
No,
bigger.
that's super exciting because I was just hearing something about how hashtags don't hurt you, but they're really not that important anymore.
Mhm.
And maybe they were talking about long form, but I'm pretty sure they were talking about shorts. So I
Well,
mean, even
when
seeing that
I've
one
left them out,
video,
when
well,
I've
you showed me the one video that only got 170 views, and you said you started the process, but you didn't finish it. So just looking at the numbers, it's like that looks like it's not super low, but it's not super high. It's right there in the middle. So
yeah.
it's just a neat little experiment that at least looks like that's what's going on.
Well, here, let me show you this real quick, and then I'll where's my share? My share button. Here we go. Share. Are we sharing? No, hang on. Share. There we go. All right. So this we're back in, I'm still in shorts. So look down here. This is that one that I did with Tennessee Williams. So this is where I violated the long form. Because I put Columbus, Mississippi in the description title, and then I used it as a hashtag. That wasn't an advantageous hashtag because I already had location right here. I should
Mhm.
change that. I wonder if I change it now, if it'll change anything. See, there's only
Yeah, do
132.
that. I'm sure it would. I mean, it's just like if you were able to change
Let's
your
do
thumbnail.
Tennessee Williams. Is that any good? No, he's not anything. Tennessee Williams, 414 videos. Nah, that's not a good enough. So let's do church. 1.7 churches, 38,000 videos, 7,000 channels. Well, it's better in Tennessee Williams. Um, am I tricking the viewers if I put church? I think I'll
They
put,
might not care.
I may not care, but it still keeps the character count under. Um, let's see what I can find. No, I don't have anything else. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna put church. All right, let's see what happens. And it might be so far behind now that because that was a week ago, it might not make a difference. I don't know. But won't we find out? If
Yeah,
that
only one way to find out.
if it suddenly changes, we know. We'll see. But
Cool.
what was I going to show you? I was going here for a reason. Let's go back. Oh my God, squirrel. Um, when I come back down here, and I don't edit these. I'm not always succinct. Somebody commented, they're like, well, maybe if you didn't have pauses, it'd be a better video. Well, yeah, of course it would, but I'm not gonna edit it. I don't have time. And I think this is good information. It's out there. Nobody else is telling the story of Peter Hairston who died who was a Klondike gold merchant who was the first American to die as a casualty of terrorism from World War One.
Wow.
Anybody else doing that video?
Wow.
He was he lived in Canada, and he was at a gentleman's, like, because he worked in Toronto, but he had a farm out in the country. So if he had a early morning business meeting, rather than take the train in at 4 in the morning or whatever, he'd spend the night at the American Club because he was a member. And somebody lit off an incendiary because the American Club was also where all the young men who were coming up to be, they wanted to be pilots. And so they came to Canada to join the Canadian Armed Forces and try and be pilots and go fight in the Great War because we hadn't entered the war. And so the
Wow.
Germans didn't like, there were Germans in Toronto who didn't like that all the Americans were coming up there and joining the Canadians and defeating the Germans. So they
Wow.
set off an incendiary in this hotel. And he was the first person in World War One to, he was actually the first American casualty of that kind of terrorism in in North America.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's from Columbus. He grew up on 7th Street South.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways,
right over there.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. In the what's now the Chandler Beckett home that used to be called the oh gosh, what was it called? Uh Fiddle-dee-dee. It's right next to Chase Hazard's house.
I don't know,
It's on,
but
anyways, it's just
but
down
the
from
name
it's
sounds familiar.
yeah, it's a couple of streets down from it's right on the corner of 5th and 7th. 5th Avenue and 7th. Anyways, that's where he grew up. So, all right, I'll let you go. I'm gonna dig into long form and see how I can start cracking that bubble.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed long form videos keep getting longer and longer, and I uploaded 2 videos the other night. One was 3 minutes, and the other one was 17. And the 17-minute one, even with what I thought was not a great title and not a great thumbnail, thought the other one looked at least superior. The longer videos getting more action. It's
Really?
like
So,
people want longer videos. You know, they want the 3-hour podcast, just 2 people talking. They
wow.
want it. They want. I think what is, because I know for me, it's like, all right, this looks like something I would really like, and it's 3.5 hours long. I don't have to worry about finding content for a while. I can listen to this while I work, while I clean, while I drive to the store, and I might spend a whole day eating up that one piece of content instead of, oh, this is 10 minutes long. It ends. Oh, I have to find another video. You know what I mean? Especially for people who are treating YouTube like it's TV or the radio. You can
Wow.
just say, all right, I'm listening to this for the next 3 hours on and off. I
Well,
think
look
that's
at,
part of it.
well, so that's interesting because look at this. I did 2 of them titled Burns Bottom. And I can't imagine why Burns Bottom would get that much traffic, except one's about African American. They're both about an African American community. One is on
Mhm.
gentrification, which is a controversial term, and the other one's
No.
is I don't know why. I've
Do you
not seen
use gentrification in the title or
in
description?
in this one that got 563 views. I used gentrification.
I bet you that's a good word. Controversy is good, you know.
Yeah, it is. I guess I should just add that one to my list. And then the other one is, it says African American in the title. I don't think I have. I did a long description, which you're supposed to do. The the Burns Bottom is not, I mean, it's not great. It's on, put it on my playlist. Uh, no. Have you figured out how to do your how to get a transcript on each long video?
Um, I think mine automatically do that.
Yeah, you just come over to settings and wait a minute, is that it? Close. Well, it's right here in where it says subtitles. Oh, here it is,
Okay.
subtitles. I just turned mine on. I clicked on subtitles, and now
I'll
mine.
check and see if mine are on.
And then yeah, and then if you're in there, you can also click down here where it says subtitles. Although I find this to be a messy situation. I don't like to deal with subtitles here. I find that messy. I just come here and make sure they're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it just says published. And then to find them, I use them because I'm pulling content. Then I go over to the video. I come, where's the actual video? I go into the actual video.
Y'all, I'm here to bring you
And I hit more.
another haunted house.
I go
Now,
more,
This is one of the earlier homes.
and then
in
I put
Georgia.
show
It's now
transcript.
been
And then I just
Dark
copy it. And then you can
Urban
turn off over here. Let me
and
turn off my fat mouth.
rescued and turned
can.
back into a single dwelling.
Stop. Then I come down here, and where these 3 buttons are, I can turn, you can toggle them on or off.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then I
I've
just copy
copied and
paste them,
yeah. Yeah.
and that's it. I was like, it took me for, I was like, what the heck? Because this isn't subtitles to me. Subtitles to me would be in the video, right?
Right.
And anyways,
Yeah.
learning.
That's a really handy feature. You could go through some great YouTube videos and just toggle the timestamps and copy and paste it into your notes. And you've just got,
Yeah.
oh man. And you could use AI to kind of concise it even,
Yeah. Or
you know,
chat
compare.
GP.
Yeah. And then it's like, man, boom, I've got some solid information from, you know, whatever guru expert it is. It's like, wow, now I have a Google Doc that has some serious info in it.
I just say learning,
You know,
learning.
and it could even be your own videos. You know,
Yeah.
you could go through all your stuff, copy and paste it.
Well, that's
There's a really good long form AI program that I barely used. But unlike ChatGPT, you can actually do long form stuff. So
really.
you could copy and paste, you know, a transcript from a 2 hour long webinar
Which one is that?
and then copy and paste it and say, you know, make this like
A document or whatever.
yeah, or just like turn take out the interview stuff or the back and forth and just rewrite it as a short book. Claude, like the name Claude dot AI.
Claude, CLAUDE
Yeah.
.ai.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
barely used it and I can already see like, okay, this can do all the stuff that Chat GPT can't, because I've copied and pasted I can't remember if it was a short story or a script, but I asked ChatGPT to just flip it, whatever it was, just hey, rewrite this short story as a screenplay or a play for me. And it was like, oh, I can't do that. Like, what do you mean you can't do that? These are
Wait.
my words. I just want you to go through it and
Yeah.
make it a script for me real quick, and then I'll go through it and revise it and fix the errors.
Oh, here's something funny. Can you see what's showing up in my I'm
Yeah.
sure it's based on our talking. 21 YouTube settings that
Yep, it's right there. Oh
I'm
yeah, man.
sure.
I was watching a Spanish movie and I was watching it on my Blu-ray player. I wasn't even watching it through YouTube. And then when I got on YouTube later that night, all the commercials were in Spanish.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's like the TV's listening.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I love when that happens. It's like,
Well,
hell
I
yeah.
wonder what's going to happen. I've been watching Korean soap operas. So my granddaughters and I watch Korean soap operas.
That's cool. Hey, I
Well,
gotta take this. I gotta take
I got to
this
go
call.
too. I'll send this to you out.
Thanks. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, send it to me, please.
Anything you learn, share.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay,
I'll talk to
bye.
you soon. Bye. Hey.